Hi, I'm Courtney from Iron Mountain Farm. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about what we're doing on our farm to prepare for kidding season. Um, Minna is probably about a week away from having her babies, and then Dobby's just another week after that. So we like to be prepared around here, and I like to have everything ready to go. So I have my kidding bucket. Um, the first thing I have sterile gloves. These, of course, do not remain sterile for very long, but they do help keep you clean. There isn't a whole lot you're going to be able to do in a barn to keep germs and bacteria um, out of the goats, but these are more for us. I also have these are long gloves, so they would go like up to here on my arms. If I needed to in any way aid or assist with the birth of a kid, if I needed to help turn it or something like that, that does help protect the mother from germs and stuff like that. So that's what those are for. Um, Additionally, we have lots and lots and lots of rag towels. Those go out in um, excess to the barn during that time. When the babies are born, they're rubbed down with the rag towels, and we get all of the mucus out of them, get the mucus out of their mouths, and the vigorous rubbing helps them to breathe. And then we lay them down for the mother to lick and wake up and bond with. But that we always do that first. In addition to that, let's see, I have these scissors that I keep. Again, this would be if you needed to cut the umbilical cord, which doesn't often happen. The mother chews the umbilical cord, or often the umbilical cord breaks on its way out. We have floss for tying the umbilical cord off. Again, not something that often needs to be done because the mother takes care of that on her own also. Iodine, which we put in a little cup, and the ends of the umbilical cord are dipped into the iodine to help prevent infection. Um, Trash bag for disposal of the placenta or anything, and the gloves, just everything that you have. The towel, there are lots of, like I said, dirty towels. Those all need to be gathered back up. Those go in a separate bag, not with the placenta. Um, and Nutri-Drench. So this we give to the newborn kids, really with pretty immediately after birth. And we also give it to the mother. It's sweet, and they love it. um, the mother also gets, after she's finished birthing, she gets a pail of hot water with molasses in it, and that just helps her replenish all of the electrolytes. It's usually warm water, and she will pretty much suck down a full pail full of water pretty quickly. Birthing is hard work, and they birth multiples, so that's what that's for, and she likes that. In addition to that, we also go out with a scale, and this is of course for weighing the kids, so that we can get an accurate birth weight from them. That's just for our own records, and for kind of knowing the health and the size of the babies in the litter. And it's good to know, to keep track of that stuff through the years, so that what you're doing, what size kids the mother typically has. It just gives you an idea, to help you gauge if what you're doing in feeding and everything like that, to help you understand what you're doing, your choices. So, and that's it. So that all goes in my bucket. And as we know that we're getting close to the birth, then this will go out with us. It does not stay in the barn, because I feel like I couldn't keep it very clean that way. So really, when we know that birth is imminent, then that's when it comes out with us. Other than that, It's in the basement. Okay, so next I'm going to head out to the barn and show you some of the things we're doing to prepare for kidding out there. Okay, I'll see you out there. Hi, I'm out here in the barn with my girls so that I can show you how everyone's doing in this last week before they kid. I wanted to talk to you about what's going on in their bodies and the signs that we look for as labor becomes imminent. We like to know, we can usually see things happening to them within 24 hours of birth, so that we know when to come out, so that we can be here, to help and assist, and so that we're not waiting out in the barn for 48 hours or so, waiting for them to kid. So let me take a look at Minna here first, because Minna's probably less. She's technically 9 days until her due date, but I will be surprised if she goes a full 9 days. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be within the week here. So if you come on over here, you can get a look at her big round belly. So you can see how round and hard she is right now. So this side right here, the right side of her body, is where the kids are. And she's, it's the uterus. It's where the kids live for those 145 days and grow. And then this left side over here is her rumen, and the rumen is a part of the goat's digestive system. They have four stomachs. Right now, because of where she is in pregnancy and how big the babies are inside her, they've really pushed everything around inside her. So her rumen's squished, and it's a lot harder to digest food. So because of that, we alter what we feed them in these last weeks of pregnancy. Normally in the winter, they're just on hay. They've been dried off. We're not milking them anymore, so they're not getting grain. But then as we get to this point, then we start giving them grain again. And the grain has a high concentration of protein, which they need. The protein is important for the growth of the babies, the development of the babies, and also for Minna here to produce milk, which she's going to need to feed all of those babies. It's the grain comes, Minna, be nice. The grain is easier to digest than, you guys. Yeah, everyone needs all the attention right now, huh? The grain's a lot easier to digest than the hay, which is good when there's so little space inside them right now. So in addition to that, so one of the other things we look at, or we feel for, are the ligaments in their tail here. So there are two ligaments that run down in a V on either side of their tail. When they are not pregnant, then the ligaments are hard like a pencil, and about the size and shape of a pencil too. Minna's actually felt like that at the beginning of the week, but as the week's gone on, they have already started to soften. So the softening of the ligaments makes it easier for the babies to pass through the birth canal. Right now, they feel kind of like a rubber band. And when she's within 24 hours of birth, they'll be completely gone. We won't really be able to feel them at all, and there'll be this hollow spot under her tail. So we'll know that she's really close. So even closer than that, when the babies drop, you can see right now that everything's up nice and high and flat on her. Guys, it's almost dinner time, so they're feeling the need to fight over who's going to go out first. So when it comes time, when we're about 12 hours or less to birth, then the babies will drop, Minna. And you'll see this hollow in her back here as they drop down and get into position to for birth. Right now, I can still feel them move. I can feel them kind of swishing around in there. Once they've dropped, I won't be able to feel them at all. And her backbone here will kind of stand up a bit on the top of her because there'll be these hollows on either side. As we get really close, probably within 6 hours or less, there'll be a discharge. Some of the water sacs may break. By that point, we're out here because we want to make sure we're here to help if anything happens. But yeah, the other thing is the udder. And that we've been watching for too. In first fresheners, which is not Minna and Dobby, then the udder doesn't develop until after, usually after the kids are born. Come here, you two. Come here. The udder doesn't develop until after the kids are born. Minna and Dobby here are freshening for the second time, so their udders are already bagging up. They're getting larger, and you'll be able to see, again, when we're within about 24 hours of delivery, then they'll fill with milk and her udder will be large in preparation for feeding all those babies. So that's what we're watching for, and that's what we're waiting for, and we're pretty sure it's going to be Minna's probably going to go in the next week here, and Dobby the week after that. So we're watching them, checking them every day, several times a day sometimes. Hi, sweetie. So, good morning. I'm back in the barn here. We're going to do a few more things to get the barn ready for kidding. And I wanted to check on Miss Minna this morning and see how she was doing. We're at 8 days until her due date, so going to check her ligaments again. I feel about like they felt yesterday. She does feel softer here where the babies are on the top. Let's see what her udder looks. Hi, Blue. Yes, I know. Are you ready for siblings? Are you ready for siblings? Yeah, you're not sure about that, huh? You've had Mama all to yourself. Oh, the udder looks bigger too. Okay, well, she's progressing, but we're still not in, we still don't have the signs that it's going to be within the next 24 hours. So, hey, Dobby. Yeah, what am I doing, huh? That should be good, I think. So usually we put a fence up. We put these in when we do the fall cleaning, so that we're able to divide off this portion of the barn for a kidding stall. So what I'm doing now is moving things around so that this area, see, you can see over here, they're already exploring the new benches. They're like, oh, these are something different. Oh my goodness, look at how big that udder is now. Just even compared to yesterday. Huh. That's a bigger change than I thought. That's good. That's a good sign. So this is their heated water bucket. We actually we can't leave a water bucket in the kidding pen because it's not safe for the babies. So I move the water bucket over here, and then we just let we bring the mom her water when she's in there. Tuck that in under there. Hi. Yes, I've moved the water and everything. It's like a whole new barn. It's like a whole new barn, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, how strange. What's that? Okay, so what I've got to go do now, I'm going to get the heating hot that we have for the babies. So that's really the last thing I need to do. Get in there. Out of the way, Blue. There. Look at that, Minna. Is that all ready for your babies? Huh? Is that all ready for your babies? So I like to strap this to the wall, just because it's relatively safe in here. But these things can be a fire hazard, these heat lamps. My husband and son built this for us. We have two of them. We're just putting one in now because it's all we need. But this is securely attached to this, and it's far enough away from hay. But I still like to strap it to the wall, just because goats jump on things. And Blue especially, I'm afraid, is going to find it very interesting. I would not be surprised if she uses it to launch herself over the wall, truthfully. So this is just a ratchet strap. And then that's good and secure. And you can come and you can see down inside here, and it's nice and warm in there. So this gives the babies a place to go where they can stay warm. You saw what it's like here now. We just got a big storm, so there's a lot of snow, and it's supposed to be not super cold, but in the 40s the next 10 days or so. So they'll definitely need this. They all sleep in a big pile in there. It's very cute. So, but until then, we're just going to shut it off and let them explore. So the last thing I'll have to do is put up the kidding fence right here, which we'll do pretty much once we know Minna goes into labor. When we've got 24 hours or less. Right now they want to all be together, and we don't want to have to separate them. I don't think Blue is going to be too excited to be away from Mama anyway. They sleep together every night. Goats are very, very family oriented. So that's the next step. Hopefully the next time I see you, or the next time you see me, we will have baby goats. So click subscribe. I hope you're enjoying life here on Iron Mountain Farm.